Right, my darlings, let's make a start on this idea. Let me explain. On the back page, that white page, it's a little bit longer. I want a fabric sample card to go in there. That's going to have a little bit of beef to it. And then go back and play with embellishing these strips. So this video is probably going to be filmed in small little sections. So let's have a go. Let me explain what I'm starting with. So I'll pop that away. So in week 3 of the Journal de la Couturière and the Journal Idea collaboration, one of the freebies was these little fabric sample cards that came on the freebie like that for you to print out and just fold the tab over to make sample cards. So I've taken those and I've blown them up and printed them. Let me pop this away so I know where it is. I've printed them a little bit larger. So I've got 2 of that one, and 1 of that one, and 1 of that one. And I've just rounded the corners and inked them a bit. And I've gone through the mountain of scraps behind me and gathered some up. And let's just have a go layering them up with a bit of lace perhaps as well and see how we get on. I thought at first, do I layer them? I'm not sure how I'm going to attach them yet. Do I want to attach them so that they're removable at some stage or not? I don't know. So let's just play for a minute and see. So they're all quite long at the moment, but some of them can be sort of snipped off. I'm not sure how far I am on camera. Let me sort of come down a bit. Because, of course, when I crop it, when I'm editing it, it's difficult to judge exactly where you are. So I'm just going to layer this and see where I go. Purple. Let's go over here with the purple. I think that's got more pink in it. There's another purple. Let's stick that purple under there. Because I can go back and trim these, because you kind of want a little bit of a waterfall edge going on the bottom. Put that gray with that geometric one. Leave the lace a minute. Yellow. Definitely on that one. I can go back and trim those. A smaller yellow on that one. That's got some more delicate pinks. Purple. Purple with more pinks. Brown is definitely over here. There's 2 browns. Put a brown there and a brown there. And that black sheer was on the cover as well. Just pieces from my scrap box that I want to use up. Leave that lace a minute. Pink. There's like a label on that one. Pink here. Pink over here. Pink there. Pink there. Another gray here. yeah, so it's just a matter of, I want to build these up so they've got a bit of thickness to them. So no, I need to definitely go and find some more. That white lace. That's like from Net Curtain. What else have I got laying around here? I've got this, which is a little bit of a, it was a pale pink, and I think I put a bit of tea on it. Leave that. I've got that antique one. I can go on 2 of them. And then I've got another one over here on that big roll that's quite old. Those are about the same. That one needs something. Maybe a little bit on that one. Because I've got quite a bit of that to work through. So, oh, craft lunch. Things falling over. Right, so I'm going to sit and fiddle with all of this and try to get it into a sort of layered effect with my scissors, and I'll pop back on. So, back in a tick. Right, my darlings, I've sat here for ages just fiddling with these pieces of fabric to get them sort of layered, going down, and mix the textures up a bit. Now, originally I thought, can I make these into something that's removable so that I could remove the fabric afterwards? And I thought about rivets or eyelets. I thought about push pins. I thought about magnets. But, of course, it's not going to hold the fabric. So I think I'm just going to run these through my sewing machine. If you don't sew, you're just going to go in with fabric glue and just glue them in layers going down. But hopefully then the finished product will have writing space behind. All of these will be able to be thumbed through, and something on the back. So at this stage, I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that my sewing machine darling will accept the thickness of these going through and sew them through on that top flap. So, cross your fingers, back in the tick. Right, now it's back now and also through the machine. And really, really textural now. And you can flip through each little layer. So I managed to get it all the way around the machine. And she didn't complain. She went through okay. So each little layer now is easily sort of thumb through. And I'm going to leave the back blank on the inside for now. I might go back and do some stamping or leave it blank for my own journaling later on. But I want to get something on the back. So I've had all of them done, all sort of layered up. And I'm quite loving the sort of eclectic effect of all the mixed fabrics and laces. Really lovely. So on the back, I've some of the printables that I'd printed from before and didn't use, I've gone through and ripped some of them up to make some little tucks for the backs of these pockets. So I'm thinking just glue these on, all different sizes. I've just ripped them down from that sort of the printables that I have saved. So I'm just going to glue those down a minute. And I've had to sort of rethink where these are going to live now. Because I think at the beginning of this video, I said I wanted them to live on those back 2 white pages. And they're not wide enough. They're not wide enough, and they're not thick enough to stay put. I've just had to fiddle about and tested. So a little bit of a change of plans on where they're going to live in there. But I think that's going to be the case with the whole journal going forward. I'm going to move things about in there as I'm playing with it. So I might just put some more mini books in there. That might actually work. Or do I need to alter the fabric page and somehow to make it a bit more, give it a bit more rigidity? I don't know. I'll show you at the end of the video what I mean. So yeah, just stick these down. I've got some scrappy bits of lace here. And as I said in one of my Great Ugly videos, don't forget about using your revision cards. So instead of making new tags, I think I'm going to leave that open and just do it on 2 sides. Yes. A little bit of a walk to it, but that's okay. And then her, I just want on 2 sides. Her, the dress. And I've got some pink and blue revision cards out. That there. So that should give it a little bit more rigidity on the back. Having stuff sort of tuck on the back. So I've got a few cards out. I've just inked the edges. These are just standard 4" by 6" revision cards. And they fit tidy into the space. Pink one over there. Bonus, they're already lined for journaling. Yeah, pink one there. And another blue one in there. Now, do I want to go and add some top bits to those? Sticky out bits from these leftovers. Like, do I want to add some fabric elements and things like that in there? Do I? Yes? No? Maybe? Do I just staple them on? I don't have a great deal here. There's more behind me, for sure. Just staple them on? Really scrappy? Yes, let's go for it. Without knocking the whole place down. Yes, why not? And what have I got here? A few little bits. Oh, I think my neighbor is burning something. The smell is... and it's like coming through the window. Flappy bit sticking up. Go. Use up all the scraps. And before I do sort of put this thing away, I am going to get one of those plastic wallets and cover it with, and fill it with all my scrap bits. So all my scrap bits will be there for me in the future to work in this book. Bit of lace onto that one. It up a bit. Yes. So the only thing about doing it with this tiny attacher is getting fabric. Oh, I'm out again. Go figure. Right, where did I put those? Right. Back of the tick. It is empty. Yep, all gone. Back of the tick. And And right, back with the staples. Load this back up. You only get little links of them. But I remember on the original package instructions, it says don't put more than one in there at a time, so that they don't, I guess, buckle into each other, I suppose. I haven't actually tried, but I've only got so many refills, so I don't want to jinx it. There we go. And one more on there. What have I got left laying here in this pile? Got some pink. A bit of that. Oh, I don't know what they are burning next door, but the smell is awful. There we go. No, I'm happy with that. So, for now, save all my scrappies. And 4 fabric sample cards. But I've got plenty more room to embellish and add things to, which I plan on doing sort of in my own downtime, because it's going to be my journal, and perhaps I will revisit it on and off to show people. Right, let me show you what I mean now about those back pages. So, am I on camera? She's a good size when she's all stretched out. The plan was to get them into there. And I thought, surely that'll be built up thick enough and it'll stay put. But as you can see, no. It's this single curtain band here hasn't given this page enough rigidity. If I had something else on the back page, perhaps that would work on that page. But as you can see, I think I need something much wider to go into these pages. So leave those for now. I'll come back and rethink those. So I've got a mini journal in there, a mini journal in there, just an A4 card in there. Nothing there yet, but I don't want to shove these into a pocket this way because of all my fabric, the direction of my fabric. So another A4 one there with some pockets. So I think 2 of them are going to go in here. So let's try that one and that one. So it's got that journal card on the back. Lovely fabric that's just there itching for you to explore. Again, these aren't quite wide enough, but I'm all right with that at the moment. They're too big to fit into these, and of course they won't fit going the other way because they're too long. So there's an A4 card in there. That's for smaller things. There's a mini book in here, mini book in there, and let's get, I moved 2 of those. Those were the samplers, weren't they? Yes, those are the samplers in there. So I'm going to move this one here, fabric in there, and then the other one over onto that page. So I just need to rethink now how this is going to work. I need definitely on, that'll be easy enough to fill up. I could start adding things to laces and trims at the end. I just need some bones in here first. So I need a nice good sized bone piece to go in there. That'll be okay for now. A good sized bone piece to slide in there. That should be straightforward enough to fill. And those 2 back pages, those are the ones I'm going to have to really think about. Because they're very... I didn't give them as much structure as I should have by just including the horizontal band on such thin cotton. So, time to rethink these last 2 pages. So, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Go away and think. Pull out some really, really old paper and cut it to size and just have a fiddle and see. So, for that, I'm going to stop there. And thank you ever so much for watching. And I will be back at some point this week with the very last of my 100 Days with the Great Ugly. So for the Journal Day de la Couturière, I've got to go away and think about some problem solving for the pages. So thank you ever so much for watching, my darlings. Hope to see you back again soon. Bye for now.